Will you start to believe the media is biased? No. No need to even report on that one because it is completely impossible. Completely impossible. Why would you? Let me start. I've got 5 newspapers and a magazine. I don't really read this magazine. I know Stu's wife reads Us Weekly.
Always at our home.
Yeah, I'm not really the Us Weekly reader. Now, Stu, can you tell me a little bit about the guy who... No, wait. Tell me a little bit about the guy who owns Us Weekly and runs Us Weekly and what else he runs. But save that kind of as the after-dinner mint. After I give you I'm holding it up for the insiders. This is hot off the press. Just picked it up downstairs on the subway here in Manhattan from Us Weekly. John McCain's vice president, Sarah Palin. It has her holding her son, Trig. The headline over the baby's body is Babies, Lies, and Scandal. Page 58. Now, what you have to remember is Us Weekly is... There's hardly any words in Us Weekly. There are very few words. It's mainly pictures and charts and pictures, and then a little more pictures and a few charts. Nobody actually reads the story. But if you did, you'd get this. McCain hadn't vetted his presidential candidate until the night before the historic announcement. The night before he decided to vet her? Where's that fact come from? He hadn't vetted his candidate until the night before. That's Thursday night. Really? It remains unclear if or what the Republican presidential candidate, 72, knew about Palin's endless stream of controversies. From Troopergate, she's under investigation for dismissing an official who refused to fire her sister's state trooper ex-husband. No need to go into the details on Troopergate. Let's just call it Troopergate. She wanted to fire her her sister's ex-husband. That's all that matters. What doesn't matter is the fact that the allegations were that he was abusing the family, shooting a stun gun at their child. It doesn't matter that when she said she was going to get a divorce and she wanted to divorce him, that he came up to her and said, if you hire an attorney, I will kill your father. That, by the way, is one of the verifiable facts in Troopergate. The rest, the investigation is still ongoing. We do know he said to her, I'll kill your father if you hire an attorney. But why? By the way, that would be the governor's father. Oh, and by the way, she wasn't firing the guy in Troopergate because of the incident. Troopergate is really much more about who talked to who. Did anybody go and try to influence the firing of this guy? There were several people, including the Attorney General of the state, that called the state trooper's office and said, what is the status on that? It's under investigation. Okay. Palin's husband came and said, why is this guy still being paid? Do you realize he has threatened the life of the father of the governor? The guy who's in charge of the investigation said, Mr. Palin, you do not want to be here right now because this will be construed as something. And he left and never made contact again. You're telling me that somebody who was, according to, the sister side, giving shocks to your child with a stun gun and then verifiably threatens the life of your father, if your sister hires an attorney, you're telling me you wouldn't go in? Remember, we're not talking about Washington, D.C. We're talking about people who were a soccer mom and an oil rig worker. You damn right you would. Okay, so they don't explain that in Us Magazine. They just say, from Troopergate to her involvement with the Alaska Independence Party, a fringe political group that has sought Alaska's secession from the U.S. Stu, do you have the update, or Dan, or Joe? Do you have the update on the Independent Party? She wasn't a member of the Independence Party.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even true.
Yeah, yeah, but it's printed here.
Wait, in a magazine?
Yeah, it's
printed. In the Us Weekly, the paper of record.
Mm-hmm. And her husband, Todd's DUI arrest. The DUI arrest, by the way, happened at the same time that Barry Obama, otherwise known as Barack Obama, was snorting cocaine. I just wanted to point that out. One had a DUI arrest, while the other at the same time, and by the way, not the candidate, not the presidential candidate, but the vice presidential's candidate husband got a DUI, while the guy who's at the top of the ticket was snorting cocaine. I just want to point that out. Then you have Palin herself found herself under the kind of microscope to which the ex-mayor of Wasilla, Alaska, population 6,700, is no doubt unaccustomed. Excuse me? The ex-mayor, would that be like calling Barack Obama the ex-community organizer? He is a senator, and she is a governor. The most bizarre twist in the maelstrom storm of negative press, in a plot directly out of Desperate Housewives, reports circulated online that Bristol, 17, was the real mother of her parents' 4-month-old son, Trig, afflicted with Down syndrome. Yeah, there were reports. There weren't reports. There were blogs. The supposed evidence, Bristol's 5-month absence from high school with mono, and photos of Bristol and her mom looking respectively pregnant and not pregnant. See box at right. Mainstream media began reporting the story. The mainstream media began reporting the stories that were on the blog. Okay. Here's the center. I'm going to show this to the insiders. Okay. This is all the story that nobody reads. Everybody reads highlights. Then the center are the pictures. Nowhere in here does it say, well, here, anatomy of a scandal. Questions about these photos led to Alaska governor's stunning admission about her teenage daughter, Bristol. What started as an internet rumor quickly built up steam as bloggers speculated Sarah was never pregnant and Trig was really Bristol's baby. Indeed, the facts did seem odd. It doesn't say it's untrue in the box. And they show pictures of where's the bump. I've seen the pictures, verified, of her a month before she gave birth to Trig. Then it shows the pictures of her daughter where they're, the baby bump. This is outrageous. And then the other Palin controversies, again with Troopergate, but they don't explain it. Then I love this one. At the bottom, the second to the last problem with Palin. You ready? You're not going to believe it. Stu, in fact, before I get to this one, who runs Us Weekly?
Well, Glenn, it's interesting that you would ask that question.
Yeah.
It is the same guy who founded Rolling Stone, which is weird. He's also a maxed out Obama donor. And the odd thing about that is Us Weekly hasn't, you have to be fair, he hasn't only covered the Sarah Palin. He's covered the other big female figure in this election, of course, Michelle Obama. And it was pretty much the same headline as you have there. What is it? Babies?
Well, this is Babies, Lies, and Scandal.
Yeah. The headline for Michelle Obama was, Michelle Obama, Why Barack Loves Her. I mean, that's pretty much the same story.
Okay, so now you know who's running this. I just want to just show you the hypocrisy.